What's up, guys? I really got a huge, epic, amazing, breathtaking package in the mail today. I'm gonna do my best to explain this to everybody so you all understand exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. But forgive me if I confuse you. Alright, let's start with this. This is a Sega Naomi, and this is a Sega Naomi cartridge, Marvel's Capcom 2. Now, normally, if you want to play a Sega Naomi game, you're going to need the motherboard and the game. Games are very expensive, and the motherboard is pretty affordable. Depending on what game you get, they range from, let's say, $75 up to hundreds of dollars. Now, if you're poor like me, and you can't afford every game for the Naomi library, there's an alternative that you can get every single game, pretty much, for pretty much nothing as far as price goes compared to buying each cart out. And what that is it's this right here. What you're looking at here is a Sega Naomi Net Dimm that's been highly hacked and modified to be able to play your games through software, virtual software, instead of having to buy the actual game. Now, this piece of hardware was released in Japan, and it was released by Sega. And what it allowed was for the arcade operator, instead of having to get up off his lazy ass and change the games out according to what is in demand that given day, they released this piece of hardware here where you can actually purchase a virtual download of the game and upload the game through your computer network. So there were still security features that stopped people like me and you from being able to take advantage of this, but fortunately that was hacked. You know, I don't know when, back a few years ago, I'm guessing, by some guy. And what it allows you to do is play these games for free, as long as you have this hardware and you find someone that could modify it to your liking. So basically, if you take a look here, I got Border Down running right now, and as you can see, I don't have the game. It's running through the Net Dimm, and basically you get the file on your computer and you upload it to the virtual RAM, which is on this Net Dimm. So you basically have to have the games on your computer. Then you basically have to do basic networking to network your Net Dimm to your home router. You're going to need a Windows-based computer, and with a basic command prompt, you can upload your games. So I'm going to show you how this all works. Before I do, let's take a look at all the games that you can play. Here's a list on the computer of all the Naomi games that you can play instead of having to purchase. So, you know, we have Capcom vs. SNK, Cannon Spike, you know, all these games. Just give you a quick look. Now, there's also a GD-ROM, which is Naomi's second, I guess, add-on to the Naomi, and these games are also exploited. So you can also play, just give it a minute to focus here. You know, you can play Ikaruga, Border Down. It's not focusing. Come on, focus. Guilty Gears, Ikaruga, Melty Blood. You know, all these games. Street Fighter 03 Upper, Shikigami no Shiro, Cyvarrior 2. All these games you can, if you have them on your PC, you can run them through the Net Dimm. So I figured we could walk you through this here. So basically, once the game is on here, once you turn it off, you're going to have to re-upload the game to the RAM. So as long as it stays on, you'll be able to play that game until you turn it off. Every time you turn off the system and you turn it back on, the RAM is cleared and now there's no game loaded on this thing. So I'm going to walk you through how to put a game on this thing and get it to play on your Sega Naomi. Now, it's a perfect arcade emulation because it's not streaming through your network. It's actually being uploaded from your network to this Net Dimm. So it is a perfect, it is the game. I mean, it's not an emulation, it's the actual game. It doesn't get any better than that. But like I said, you gotta buy this Net Dimm. You gotta get a special, you have to have a special BIOS on the Naomi. You gotta have this thing modified from a guy in New Zealand in order to get this thing working. So it's a little bit of a bitch, but after you fire it up, you'll see here on the screen it says Naomi Network System Checking Network. So right now it's hooked into your network through the Ethernet cable. I got it running through my Linksys router. Now if you go over here to your PC, you can see a list of the games I currently have on here. You know, I have Asian Dynamite, Capcom vs SNK 2, Ikaruga, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Cyvarier, Street Fighter Alpha 3. You know, just a few games. Under Defeat. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into your DOS. You're gonna go to you know, the directory that has the games. Then you're gonna run this basic command prompt that runs transfer game executable. You assign an IP address to the NetDimm, which I just gave it an IP of 21. Then you're gonna just upload the DAT file that you want to play. So let's just say we want to play Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper. So as you can see, the file extension name is sfa3u.dat. So over here, you're just gonna write sfa3u.dat. Now it's still checking network, and once you hit enter here, you can see it's doing its thing. You go over to the arcade, went black because at the moment it's uploading. As you can see, it's uploading the data. It's gonna take a minute. I mean, you know, it's not instantaneous because the files are quite large, a few hundred megs, and I mean, you know, this is exploited. So I mean, for it being free, I mean, I'm willing to wait. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Uppers are not really expensive, but you need the GD-ROM add-on, so that's a few $100s. The game is, you know, pretty pricey. So for a fraction of what you would pay for one game, you could get every game and run it through this little homebrew hack style setup. Now while this is uploading, let me just tell you, every single GD-ROM game has been exploited, so this setup will currently play every single GD-ROM game, and it'll play a large percentage of the Naomi cart-based games, but a few exceptions being, you know, Power Stone 1 and 2, Project Justice. Some of those games aren't hacked yet, but the guy's always working on it, so, you know, it's only a matter of time. It's almost done. Alright, so it's done. So now you go over here. Give it a minute. I got the volume down, but you know, sound works. There's no lag or anything. As you can see right now, it's just checking the memory. It's uploading, making sure the game is uploaded to the NetDimm. You know, maybe it takes 4 or 5 minutes to upload a game, but once it's uploaded, it'll work fine until you turn it off. And like I said, you can play any game, so it really kicks ass. I really been dying to get this in the mail. It had to travel a few different places in order to finally get it into my hands to work. But this is some great technology for someone like me who doesn't really want to pay for every single game at the moment. Alright, so finally, the game's loading now. Just put up the volume here.
Street Fighter Alpha 3.
So as you can see, it's working. Now we got Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper running through the Sega Naomi NetDimm, which I just took the DAT file from my computer, uploaded it through my command prompt, and there it is. Runs perfectly. Like I said, no lag because it's not streaming. It's actually been totally uploaded to the Naomi NetDimm.
Street Fighter
All right, so I hope that you guys kind of understand what the hell I just showed you. But yeah, if you guys have a Sega Naomi, you have any questions about the Sega Naomi Net Dimm, you want to get this going at your house, shoot me a PM. I'll definitely help you out. Thanks for watching, guys.